She's a witch. You better watch her, son. She's a witch. She's gonna get it done. She's got connections to just about everything. She's a witch. She's got that girl power. She's a witch. This here's a witching hour. She's got a rock collection and a second-hand silver ring. If you wanna learn something, she's got any kind of candle that you can use. Honey, you might burn something if you sit and listen for a spell or two. She's got that old magic, plus a little bit of something new. She's a witch, and I wanna be one too. Ain't no trick, go on and take a card, take your pick. Come on, it ain't that hard. You seem a little scared of maybe hearing something true. So if you wanna burn something, she's got any kind of candle that you could use. And honey, you might learn something if you sit and listen for a spell or two. She's got that old magic, plus a little bit of something new. She's a witch, and I wanna be one too. She's a witch, and I wanna be one too.
Whoa, that's a Molly Griffin tune for you there, going up with a bullet on this Halloween night. Now listen to me, Mom. Listen to me, everybody. It's horror. It's terror. Tonight and every night for me, Mom, because it's exposure.
Yeah.
You want to try it? Horror. Terror. And what's the name of the show? Halloween. It's Halloween.
No, Halloween Tales.
Halloween Tales, Season of Witch. We're going to learn all about Halloween tonight.
Are we? In a
You know,
roundabout
I
way?
think there's some relationship between Sam Hill, which was a bad thing, you know, it's like the devil, and Samhain.
Mm.
Samhain is the original name for Halloween.
Yeah.
It's the hallowed evening.
Yes.
It's praising all the Celtic saints.
Yeah.
It's not just that. I better not say everything or that'll be all it tells. But I'll tell you what we are doing tonight.
What?
This is what I was supposed to say at the beginning.
What are we
But
doing?
the terror and the horror.
What are we doing?
We're thinning the veil between life and death. We're thinning the veil between life and death because Samhain is coming.
Mm-hmm.
What's his real? Samhain?
Samhain.
He's coming. Oh,
Yeah.
Samhain.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, no. It's confusing.
Thinning the veil.
Yeah.
That's why we got to put on our masks, which I will do.
Oh, should I do
I'll
it?
put. The rays are so dark, though, Mom.
But they look cool.
Of course you got, don't you? Huh? Yeah, you.
Well, I got some makeup on. Should I just... I don't want to
This
put
is a
mine on.
podcast
Put
live
yours
from
on.
the Bro Room Studios. It's a really big old time radio medicine show.
Do you want to wear these instead? Because I don't think I'm going to wear them.
That's what.
I like what I look like.
Well, what do you think? Which one is scarier then?
That one's good. You look good. That looks
Well, I don't want
scarier.
to look good. I want to look like I'm in terror.
That's what you look like. You look like a spooky, creepy sort of scientist guy.
All right, Mom. Well, I thought that was a John Prine song, but that's your song, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my song.
So it sounds a little bit like John Prine.
Yeah. It's folk.
Whatever kind of song you want from me, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
You just lock me in a room with YouTube
Yeah.
with songs like that
Yeah.
from big old stars.
Yeah.
And my brain will just lock onto it.
Yeah. I'm sort of like that too. That's why I can write novelty songs.
That's thinning the veil. That's That's what Halloween at the core is all about.
Yeah.
You got to get your mask on.
Yeah.
Because you don't want Sam to recognize you.
Yeah.
Because he's coming to get everybody. Because you know why, Mom?
Why?
Not the kids.
Oh.
He might take the kids just to get at the parents. Eat them or something. But I always love children deep fried. Now, because everybody's guilty.
Oh.
You got to watch out for Sam. He's like the new sheriff in town.
Yeah.
So get your mask on.
Okay.
And be thankful you don't have to do this shit right here. Because it's a podcast.
We got to take a spooky ride.
Yep.
Because there's an old black Cadillac hearse waiting just outside.
And from now on, it's Sam talking. Not me. He's talking through me, Mom.
Oh.
And he says, just go on outside the door to your mind. And jump in the old black Cadillac limo. It's just outside the door to your mind.
Hearse. It's a hearse.
It's the old I knew a guy who had a hearse. He lived in it. He come up to the West Coast where we were fishing. And he lived in the back of that hearse. And what he liked doing is at night, he'd wait till a couple of girls were walking down the road.
Yeah.
And then he'd pop up. Had a coffin in the back. Angus MacLeod was his name. He was a Scot. Very dysfunctional family, I think.
Yeah.
And they always get the, like me.
Yeah.
Interesting people.
Yeah.
Mentally ill, interesting people.
Are we all?
Okay, hold it now. We're gonna take a ride. We're gonna take a ride. Up as a honky tonk. And the Halloween party there. Oh, through the amber ways of grain. And past the city limit sign. Oh, through the dairy farms and the dairy cows, and they're all dressed up like spooky things. Because they're, and all the pigs, they're Samhains.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, to the county line road. The old country road. They're gonna take you home. Oh, the country road. Oh, she's a spooky road.
The girl is told
on the Halloween. I'm an old drag queen.
Till somebody sees the big old tower.
50,000 watts.
Huge tower.
Station GHRT. Is it for you and me?
Brought to you by Alice's Restaurant. You can get anything you want at a restaurant.
Check this out now. Ooh, witchy women. Ooh. Okay, then we're gonna pull in the parking lot. Once again, we're pulling in the parking lot, Mom. We're getting all piling out of the limo.
Yeah.
All at the same time. There's about 15 billion limos in there.
Yeah.
Because that's how many viewers we got now, Mom. About 15 billion last time I heard.
And they can all afford limos.
Yep. We're going to go in there and be dressed up like a black kitty, sort of like you.
Mm-hmm.
Only a little bit more risque.
I thought she'd be a sexy witch.
Okay, sexy witch. All right. That's good. We'll go with that.
It's Betty Page.
Yeah. And Charles Darwin, he's looking pretty cool, too.
He's a sexy witch, too.
Well, he just looks like himself. And it's scary. And, of course, we got the existentialists in there. Kant, Dostoevsky, they're looking real good. Looking like Dracula.
Looking
the
like
Russian guy.
Looking like zombies.
Yeah.
Because
That's
they're
right.
dead.
Well, the German guy's a zombie and the Russian guy's a Dracula.
Ah, yes. They're going to give you your special tea and send you on downstairs.
Down to you and me. For the old psychedelic prairie home companion. Down here in the Burl Room Studios, a really big old-time radio show. Three chords of the truth. Starring Molly in the middle. And her old dog, Duke.
Ooh, and the Reverend Dr. Joey G2. Coming to you live from station GHRT in the virtual haystack in your mind, where the show always starts in 5 minutes. And we don't spin the tunes on the turntable, we spin them on our souls. So kick back, chill out, and relax to the mellow sounds of the
Do
singing
the monster
DJ.
mash. Hey, do the monster mash. It got on in a flash.
Got on in a flash.
We'll do the monster mash. How's that going now, Mom?
He did.
I was working in my lab late one night when my eyes beheld that eerie sight. It did the mash. It did the monster mash. Okay, grab the pig. A pig's ass is pork. Did you know that, Mom?
I did.
Pig's ass.
I did.
Do you know what that means, Mom?
It means.
It's got a lot to do with our saying, everything is a thing.
Yeah.
Like some guy mouths off about what he can do and all that kind of shit, right? Well, that's the old thing. It's kind of like all hat, no cattle.
Yeah.
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 It's a long way from a pig's ass to a nice ham, Mom.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
Now listen, first you got to kill a pig.
Uh,
That's not good.
that's not good.
Got to hire somebody to do that. I couldn't do it.
No.
Okay, yes I could.
If you had.
I was
to, you
hungry.
could. Yeah.
It's about, yeah. I don't want to. It's Halloween. What the hell are we talking about that crap for? What am I, I was gonna say? Oh yeah, I wrote that on the spot there.
Yeah. You wrote the monster mash on the spot.
Totally different everything,
Yeah.
pretty much, except the words. I got some of the words, didn't I?
Yeah.
He
You
did the mash. He did the monster mash. I've done it the correct way one year, Mo.
Yeah.
So they could check that.
Yeah.
Because there's 15 billion, so maybe one or two might want to do it.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
Why have you got this crap up here? Oh,
I
that's
don't
the
know.
opener.
You put it there. You put it
Woo! Hallows, Holy Saints Evening, New Year's Day for the Celts, and that would be me.
there. Is it New Year's? New Year's for them?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't
And
know
as a
that.
matter of fact, I want to tell you, because they got like mixed up in there between Norway and Ireland, right?
Mhm.
That's why I got all that different shit in me.
Mhm.
Everybody thinks that the Vikings were barbaric swine dogs, you know that?
Mhm.
It's bullshit.
Yeah.
They were like very intelligent
Mhm.
for the times.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And they weren't all that big. They all think they were monsters. They never had any helmets.
Mhm.
That's like all bullshit. But what they did have was really nice combs and razors.
Yeah. They grew.
And they were like really into hygiene.
Yeah.
And they worked on their hair a lot. Yes, they did have beards
Uh-huh.
and hair, but
Mhm.
they took care of them.
Yeah. Every Saturday.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Well, you probably said right, because this shit is all new to me, ball. I just remember them with clubs beating each other, but I bet they were like they're probably pretty sophisticated in their way they did that. I think they scared the shit out of everybody and sent them running before they ever had to fight. That's what
Yeah.
I would do.
Yeah. I
That's
think
what-
they paid monks to like spread the word about them and
Yeah,
stuff like
do
that.
as much as you can without actually
Yeah.
hurting anybody. What's that got to do with Halloween?
I don't know.
I got carried off because I was talking about the Irish and the Celts and this stuff,
Yeah.
and I think it's all mixed up.
Yeah. That's
We'll go
okay.
have a look at Odin next. They don't have all the days that the Irish got, though,
Odin.
because I saw it. There's 4 different days. Let's sing a song.
Okay.
Or we'll have the whole story told.
Do you want to sing back when? Because we're talking about back when.
I'll try, Mo.
We don't have to. We can sing whatever you want.
I don't know. You said it was no good.
It's on our list. Don't you remember?
No, I don't. Can you, give me the first couple of words?
Don't you remember?
Oh, don't you remember the peas in a pepper, peanuts in a bottle, at 10, 2, and 4, a fried bologna sandwich, mayo and tomato, sitting around that table. It don't happen much anymore. It's gotten too complicated. It's all way overrated. I like the old and outdated real life. back when a hoe was a hoe. Coke was still in Coke, and you know cracks what you were doing. You were cracking jokes back when a screw was a screw. The wind was all that blue, and you know when you said I'm down with that, meant you had the flu. I miss back way. You know I miss back way. Oh, miss back way. I love my records, black and shiny vinyl, kicks and pops and the white noise. Man, they sounded fine. You just keep playing the right chords. My favorite stations, the ones who played them all. Country, soul, rock and roll. What happened to those times? It's a street slang for dummies. They put pop in my country. Taylor, I want more for my money. Way it was back when a hoe was a hoe. Coke was still in Coke, and you know cracks what you were doing. You were cracking jokes back when a screw was a screw. The wind was all that blue, and you know when you said I'm down with that, meant you had the flu. I miss back way. You know I miss back way. Oh, I miss back way. Hey, don't you miss back way?
I miss back when.
We all miss back way.
We all miss back.
Shit, we miss back way. Miss back way. Now I got myself all sadded up. Hey, you know what I got to say about that?
What?
That is what I have to say about that.
Yeah.
That is what I feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I meant to say the first time, but you know, the terror of the exposure.
Yeah.
It's northern exposure, Mom.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Northern exposure. It's the terror of the hallowed evening.
Mm-hmm.
The hallowed evening. Do you know that nicotine doesn't kill you?
What?
I got a lot of truth on
It's
this
all
show.
the other stuff in cigarettes that kills you?
Yeah, and it's mainly the manufactured shit that they
Yeah.
pump with all these things. You
Yeah.
see, you get the pure tobacco.
Yeah. That makes more sense.
So
to
you
me.
listen up, kids.
'Cause-
If you're gonna smoke, you gotta go get a real tobacco leaf and roll that up like a good. You can buy a good Cuban cigar, any cigar, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the other ones down there are just as good as Cubans,
Yeah.
but they're not as famous.
Oh,
What's the other place? It's another
Brit-
little.
I don't know. I'm too scared to say.
Look it up. They're cheaper. Now, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Because what's with the comment?
Yeah.
She used to have a cigar. At least, I don't know. It didn't say how many, but she had a cigar.
Or like
And
that.
those other guys that lived to like 115, they were all worked on the railroad
Yeah.
and had cigars.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Winston
I
Churchill.
think you need a little bit of nicotine. I know a Japanese surgeon. He was like 103 or something, still practicing,
Yeah.
and he had. Oh, that was iodine. I thought it had something to do with nicotine. Something he took every day, and I went,
Yeah.
"Hey, I can get that through the nicotine." That's good, isn't it, Mom?
Yeah. Get it through the nicotine. Found love. Loving the nicotine.
Hey, have you got no more? We're supposed to be getting into, you know, the Irish thing, Mom.
Oh,
The
well.
fairies. What about the fairies? Let's sing a song.
We just sang it. Okay. All you got down here are slow ones, so I don't want to. Am I gonna make
What
you mad?
spooky ones have we got? That's what we need. I think I might have a spooky one.
Okay.
What are you gonna say?
No, you say yours.
No, you say yours.
Well, I always think of the Johnny Cash and.
That's what. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's kind of spooky.
Going down.
And is the Hank Snow after?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are our two spookiest songs.
Yeah, I know.
I wonder how fast. You better stay still for a minute.
Okay.
How fast do you want to go?
That's pretty good.
Well, I met her accidentally in St. Paul, Minnesota. Tore me up every time I heard that drawl, the southern drawl. Oh, you took my dream back downstream to boarding in Davenport. And then I followed you, big river, when you called.
Followed you, big river, when you called.
Slow for you, Mom?
No, it's fine.
Oh, you took me to St. Louis later on down the river. Rita said she's been here, boy, but she's gone, boy, she's gone. Well, I found her trail in Memphis. She just walked up the block. She raised a few eyebrows. She went down alone.
Raised a few eyebrows and she went down alone.
Hey, what were you saying?
Well, we never taught the Weeping Willow.
Oh, we didn't do that?
No.
I'll do it at the end. But what's the last one?
Batten down my Baton Rouge.
Don't you batten down my Baton Rouge, the River Queen, rolling on. Take that woman on down to New Orleans, down to New Orleans. Oh, go on, I've had enough. Done my blues way down in the Gulf. Said that she loves you, big river, more than me.
Yeah, she loves you, big river, more than me.
There's a spooky part that we forgot at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I taught the weeping willow how to cry, cry, cry. Showed that cloud how to cover up a clear blue sky. Oh, you know the tears I cry for that woman, they're gonna flood you, baby, real. And I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I said that I'm gonna sit right here until I die. I said that I'm gonna sit right here until I die. Or see a big 8-wheeler, Mom. Here's a big 8-wheeler. Here's a big 8-wheeler. Here's a big 8-wheeler, and she's rolling down the line. Here's a big 8-wheeler moving down the track. I said true loving daddy ain't coming back, and I'm moving on. All won't be long. You will be lying too high for my little sky, and I'm moving on. Hey, Mr. Fireman, won't you please listen to me? I said I got a pretty mama down in Tennessee. Keep moving me on. I keep rolling on. They keep a shoveling the coal, you're rattling the road, keep moving. Oh, well, you switch the engine. I ain't got time for no traveling woman on my main line. I keep moving on. You stayed away too long. You're gonna ease my mind, put me there on time and keep rolling on. Oh, I heard something. Baby, what about the baby? The baby one.
Someday, baby, when you.
Someday, baby, when you had your play, you're gonna want your daddy. But your daddy's gonna say, he's gonna say, keep moving on. You stayed away too long. You had a laugh on me and I'll set you free and I'm moving moving on. You're gonna ease my mind, but my own time keep rolling on.
Shovel coal. You keep shoveling coal, keep rattling roll, keep moving on.
Biggie wheel, it is a biggie wheel, it is a biggie wheel, and she's rolling down that ghostly old line. Spooky in them boxcars too, Ma. I've been in them riding through the night, through
Yeah.
the tunnels and the crap.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah.
Spooky in there because there's, ghosts
Yeah. Is it?
of dead guys that were riding around.
You ever
There was.
you ever talk to any?
Speaking of ghosts, what about the fairies?
What about the fairies?
Well, the fairies come out at the Samhain.
Yeah.
Samhain.
Yeah.
Why don't you just name that kid Samhain? Samhain, whatever your last name is going to be.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I guess.
No, you can't do it because all the Irish people will think you're insane.
No,
Walking around the house with some guy named Samhain. They got to keep on them masks all the time.
I don't think Samhain's bad, is he? I think it's just there.
The reasons the fairies came from the other side. You know, the dead end of town, so to speak.
Yeah.
It was to thin the veil there, and so the livestock didn't die in the winter, the long, cold, dark winters.
Oh.
And that's where I think you'll find that the Norwegian and the Irish thing all ends up with these middle.
Yeah.
You have a look.
Winter things.
You know, I don't know anything about this, but if you have a look, I think I can feel it out.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel what they were doing because it is in my DNA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Totes, my goats.
So if it makes sense to me,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Horror. Woo! All right. Is that enough? Have we told the whole story of the Halloween?
Yeah, well, I was going to say I think the cool thing about it is that that's the Celtic tradition, is that it's the thin veil, but that's actually consistent throughout all things.
And you know, of course, when the English come along with Christianity or whatever, or Italians or whoever it was, probably all went for shit. They called it all pagan horse shit. And they said, that's no good. Don't do that. It's just something else.
But they
We're going to hang all you witches. You're out of here because we got doctors now. And these sons of bitches are tougher than you.
Well, no, I think the Christian thing is why it became a spooky thing. I don't think it was so much like
That's
a
what
negative
I'm trying
thing.
to say,
Yeah.
Mo. That's exactly.
I know, but they still let them celebrate it because if they didn't let them celebrate some of their old things, it wouldn't have caught on.
They did after we fought for it. First they shot us and hung us. Anybody who went trick-or-treating. First British house. No, they slit their throat like Jack the Ripper.
Oh, God.
Whoa!
You are getting
Tween.
spooky. Dad, but don't you think it's interesting that all the cultures think it's a thin time? It's a thin time between life and death?
Oh.
They all have like a Halloween thing at the same time.
Well, they've
of year.
all got a certain amount of sensitivity and empathy, right? And the more stronger it is, the more they feel the veil.
Yeah. I'm just saying it must be true then.
You also got the Imbolc. You got the Samhain.
Yeah.
On August 31st to 24 hours till the 1st of November.
Oh.
So you could actually say the 1st of November because your other one there is in May.
Mm-hmm.
No, February. And I want to celebrate that one because it's very close to Groundhog Day.
Okay.
It's called Imbolc.
Oh.
But it might not sound like that at all. It might be Imboa.
Are you sure it's Imbolc or is it, I thought it was Imbolc. Is it an L or is it an I? Are you right?
Well, I wrote it down, you know.
Well, you can check.
I don't really care.
What is it? What are you celebrating?
I don't know. End of winter, I guess.
Oh.
But I think May is the one where you really get excited.
Yeah.
because that's when everybody starts doing it. Of course, they were all those long, dark winters.
Yeah.
You know what they had to do? The guy even talked about this in there. They were forced to face themselves.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, yeah, and they were forced to do some other shit, too. Get him off your sister. No, they didn't. I think they did a little bit of that at the beginning and really got some bad stuff, and they just stopped.
Yeah.
They made it a law.
Yeah.
I think they're the worst for that now. That's why you had all the good-looking Norwegians. Humphrey Bogart, Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
Bet you not many people know that, do they?
No.
Norwegians. You know, there's less than the population of Chicago.
Yeah, I believe that.
You ever seen the Winter Olympics?
Yeah.
The ranks?
Yeah.
That's the whole world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Anyway.
lot of other things in the world too.
Okay, I'm bragging.
Yeah. I
It's a
know.
braggadocio.
Yeah.
Well, everybody does it about their own
Yeah.
thing.
You got it. I think it's good. I think everyone.
What about
should
that
do it.
East Indian guy at the lecture last night? He
Mhm.
was showing off.
Yeah.
Took the whole show.
Yeah.
I know another East Indian guy when I was a kid that did that.
Mhm.
It was a public speaking contest.
Mhm.
An old man, Hundle, I can remember his name, Brian Hundle.
Mhm.
Holy crap, he brought down the house. He's something about like the power of being. It was a positive thinking thing.
Yeah.
And man, could that guy do it. You know, it's because boys get treated pretty special.
Yeah.
Because he seemed to have like self-esteem plus.
Yeah. That seems to be pretty common.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, what now? Time for one last,
One
shit,
last
you know
hurrah.
what? We got to have Dancing in the Dark ready for tomorrow night.
Okay.
I swear to God, Dancing in the Dark,
Mhm.
Halloween,
Mhm.
wake up and
Yeah.
die right. That's what my old man used to say. Wake up and die right.
Well, what about
Pig's ass is pork too.
don't let me die?
He had a
Because
million
it's
of
also
those things.
Halloween.
I think they all came from the old country. What?
Don't let me die.
Okay.
It's a little spooky.
Because this has been really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the heaviest podcast within Mo, there's a podcast about us
Is there?
on there.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it? You're
No.
a big podcast person, right?
No.
I never seen him before. The only pod I know about is the one that you're.
I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah, you're the pod. You're the only pod around.
I am
Beat
pod
just like two
person.
peas in a pod, Ma. You know, it's family show. 2 peas in a pod. Ma. 3. Hey, it's 3 people on the show now.
There
You
is.
can talk to the suits about money. Why not? Okay, listen. What was I talking about?
Podcast that's about us.
Right.
What is it called?
Cocaine and rhinestones.
Oh, I've listened to that. I listened to that one.
Well, we're the real thing that they're talking about.
It's a good one. It's really good.
I know, but none of those guys have done as much as me. No way. Except maybe the dead ones. Well, they're all dead.
There's some pretty crazy stories on there.
Yeah, there is, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll never listen to them.
You'd probably like it. It's good.
I'll tell you about something about Waylon Jennings, though.
Yeah.
Tom Schneider used to be a big late-night show host. And he was my best friend's favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Schneider. He was really slick, really sharp. New York guy, I think. And he had Waylon on.
Yeah.
And it was an hour show. And only the real big guys got an hour,
Yeah.
right? But they had tried to get him on, but he said, no, not unless I'm the only guest.
Yeah.
An hour. I get an hour.
Yeah.
And, you know, country music isn't that popular, you
Yeah.
know, so, yeah. But he had a movie. Yeah. I saw it. I didn't care for it too much because it was right beside Your Cheating Heart
Right.
with Hank Williams Jr. soundtrack and George Hamilton was the leading man who played Hank.
Yeah.
I just really liked it because Hank Jr. did such a good job of that soundtrack, eh?
Yeah.
I was fighting with people about he's better than his dad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, way better. Now listen. Now I sort of like his
fighting words.
Now I sort of like his dad. Yeah, because he's got more hurt
Yeah.
in his voice. Right?
Yeah. More raw.
And of course, he wrote them. That counts.
Yeah.
What am I talking about again? The story's on there, and then what?
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings on Tom Schneider, right?
Got an hour long.
Yeah, right. So he goes on there, and she was big in the day. She was like Dr. Ruth, only heavier, more professional, but she was very famous too. Probably a Russian from New York, big psychiatrist, and she was on. He finally accepted a half hour.
Okay.
They broke it in half, depending on how big you were.
Yeah.
And he finally caved for a half hour one because it would be really good for him, a big, huge coverage. And he went there, and Tom is really getting into it, and he used to really get into it. She was first. She was so he got the last. He got on last. That's a bonus.
Yeah.
I think. Leaves it in the memories of the people. Whatever. I don't know. Tom is getting into it with the big psychiatrist woman, and starts going over into Waylon's time.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looked over at Jesse Coulter and said, let's go.
Yeah.
They walked out.
I don't blame him.
Tom Schneider was left with 20 minutes time. I'm sure Tom probably enjoyed it because he was like a funny guy himself, but he must have felt a little bit weird. He said, Waylon Jennings just walked out on smoking it. I thought maybe that's why everybody's so crazy about him nowadays.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. I actually respect that.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think that was a...
Next time I'll tell you about him and Buddy Holly. He played bass for Buddy.
Oh, yeah, I think I knew that.
But you don't know some of the shit I know.
Would you have done that, Dad? Would you have walked out?
Because, I watch YouTube.
Dad.
What?
Would you have walked out?
I never would have took it for less than an hour.
Yeah.
That's where he went wrong.
Yeah.
See, hold your goddamn ground.
Yeah.
Waylon, next time,
Yeah.
hold your ground. Hold your ground like Sturgill Simpson. Saturday Night Live. Primetime spot. Never had a song on the radio as far as I know.
Yeah.
And he didn't even sing country. He didn't sing his end of the line, End of the line. I'm down the end of the line.
We better go, Dad. We are at the end of the line.
Well, what song are we supposed to
We're
sing?
supposed to sing Don't Let Me Die.
Don't let me die. Is that it? Oh. I've been having these disturbing dreams. Final day, the end of me. For some odd reason, I get one last wish. And every time I wish for this, take me fast or take me slow. I don't really care just how I go. In the daylight or in the dark, just don't let me die of a broken heart. Kind of thing you just can't take. Send a strong man to his grave. There ain't no pill that can bring you rest, or fill that hole deep in your chest. Take me fast or take me slow. I don't really care just how I go. In the daylight or in the dark, just don't let me die of a broken heart.
Take me fast or take me slow. I don't really care how I go. In the daylight or in the dark, just don't let me die of a broken heart.
Take me fast or take me slow. I don't really care just how I go. In the daylight or in the dark, just don't let me die of a broken heart. Don't let me die of a broken heart. I swear to God, it's a show about us, Ma. Because we're the real outlaws.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. We're not doing business with Wall Street, no. Except that what they own, everything they own on the internet. Take me fast or take me slow. I don't really care just how I go, but I think I left off a verse.
Yeah, that's okay.
Because it was getting late and everybody was yelling, screaming. So now it's time for the... You should have had something spooky on this sucker.
He is spooky.
Spooky all on his own.
Yeah.
You could show his scrotum. It's kind of spooky. It's black. Looks like your nose.
And your nose.
Grab him by the scruff of his scrotum. That's what I do. I grab him by the scruff of his scrotum and throw him across the floor. Oh, how much is that doggy in the window? Oh, the one with the waggly tail. Oh, the waggly tail. I said, how much is that doggy in the window? Oh, I do hope that doggies to stay.
Well, I don't want a rabbit or a kitty.
Meow, meow.
I don't want a parrot that talks.
Talking to me? I want a cracker.
I don't want a bowl of little fishy.
I don't want no blowfishy.
No, you can't take a goldfish for a walk.
I took a goldfish for a walk.
I said, how much is that doggy
in a window? Oh, the one with the waggly tail. Oh, the waggly tail. I said, how much is that doggy in a window? Oh, I do hope that doggies will say. Because if he is, we're going to go get Roger Mellon. We're going to go walking in the sunshine, singing this sunshine song. Bobby, oh, boy, you're going to push my phone in your face as if there's nothing wrong. Bobby, oh, boy, we're going to sing about a good time. Had a long time ago, we're going to sing about forgetting about your worries. Ain't you walking in the sunshine, sing a little sunshine song. Oh, now you all go walking in the sunshine. Sing a little sunshine song. Don't you let me ever go any higher than G on that damn song. Couldn't you tell that was way too high? All right, that's a really big old-time radio medicine show. 3 chords and the truth. And that, me yelling and screaming about that, that's part of the show. That's a school. So keep the cards and letters coming in, because that's where we get all our fancy ideas, and that's one of the big Halloween shows. What's it called? It's Halloween Tales. Yes, sirree, Bob. We see you down at the in the punny papers, and what was the other thing I always say? I already said that? All right. Okay. So, and then have yourself a good old Chibito Halloween. And the Espanolas have a whole dose of Dolce Vita Halloweenies. Halloweenettes for the Frenchies.